Wellington's ageing and leaking pipes
grief.
just one factor that led to Simeon Brown calling Tory Whanau with news of an intervention.
When I spoke to Mayor Tory Whanau just over an hour ago and said that the government will be putting in place a Crown Observer.
The Mayor says the call was cordial.
I welcome his intention to bring in an observer.
He's saying you need help running the council, basically.
Yes.
Wellingtonians mixed on the development.
I think it's actually probably a good idea.
They haven't gone far enough. We should have a commissioner in charge.
Why?
Because the city's out of control with the council.
This is what they're saying, right? It's a shambles, this guy on the street, they're out of control. But I guess what I'd like to say, Chewy, what I'm saying to you is that if that is the case, that kind of information hasn't been released yet. All we've heard about, as far as I've read, is the airport shares not going through. Shambles. We're going to take over. So we now know about infighting. So in other words, if the council is not functioning well enough because of infighting, i.e. there are people within the council stopping anything passing, yeah, they need some help. But it's like, I feel like I'd love to have Tory on. I've messaged her a couple of times, but obviously she's not doing media stuff at the moment. And say, can you give me the lineup of things that are wrong to be described as a shambles and to need to have a babysitter? You know, because for me, there must be a lot to get to this point. But as the public, we're only finding out about like one or two small things. You know what I mean?
I would love to know who this gentleman voted for. Like who was his pick for mayor and council. Because this sort of just, fuck it, bring in a commissioner speaks to someone that is very comfortable with losing a democratic say in how his city's run. So he must be very confident on where the shoe's going to fall for him.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
I mean,
that's fair. Like if someone says, like my yardstick for the central government to swoop in and appoint a commissioner to overrule every democratically elected councillor, whether I agree with them or not, that's a big call. It didn't seem to be particularly popular in Tauranga. I'm just saying he's a little bit laissez-faire about the whole thing.
Well, yeah, and there are some councillors saying he's jumped too soon, old wee Simeon, but I just want the details. I mean, I guess we always say this, the truth is in the details. Give us all the details.
I think when it comes down to it, an observer is probably a good idea. And I think Tory Whanau is playing a very straight bet on this and going, yeah, cool. It's not you want to see what's going on, an observer is going to tell you what's going on. I think she's played that 100% correct.
Soft Starlight said he probably voted for Nikki No Boats. There you go. We'll keep going, shall we?
It's dysfunctional in my view.
I'm unsure about that. I am very suspicious of the current government and I have very little confidence in them.
We really don't want the government interfering in council affairs.
The minister says advice from officials highlighted concerns, including council having to relitigate its long-term plan, its funding of water infrastructure work and councillors themselves.
There's a lack of confidence in terms of the fact that they will be able to resolve these issues based on the behaviour of the council.
In coming to his decision, the Minister has fairly pointed out instances where councillors have walked out of meetings, refused to vote, and have also publicly criticised each other and council staff.
So that doesn't sound like it's really anything to do with the mayor, like, because she's getting all the flack at the moment. But it sounds like there's some difficult, and maybe that's why she's so relaxed. Maybe she's like, oh, finally, a co-teacher to come and look after all these naughty kids. Maybe that's what it is.
I hope this intervention serves as a reminder to councillors that actually we all hold incredibly important roles on behalf of our city and we must do better.
Concern also raised how the council is funding water repairs from rates instead of borrowing. The advice claims that approach to paying for new pipes overcharges residents by more than $700 million over 10 years.
They could be funding and financing that differently and actually reducing the rate burden on ratepayers.
The Mayor disputes that figure.
Through this process also, I look forward to seeing what other solutions the Minister will have in helping us with our water infrastructure issues.
The government now set to closely observe as a broken council tries to fix broken pipes and its finances.